How you doing, folks? Today we're going to cover the most underrated tool that a photographer has in his tool case. Remember, it's about the stepladder. So hang in there. You'll be surprised what you can do with it.
My name is Anthony Lawrence, and I've been a photographer for over 30 years. For a number of years, I was a certified professional photographer. I taught photography at a local college, and in 2010, I wrote a book on photography. And although technology has progressed, the basics are still the same. With all this experience, I am confident that even seasoned photographers will pick up a few pointers in each session. Now, let's get started.
Okay, uh, here's an example of a stepladder. And this is the one that you don't want to have because I tell you, it's just hard. This is good for DIYers around the house and all, but not for a photographer. Now here we have another stepladder. This is really good. I'm telling you, look at this. It opens up. It has all kinds of safety features. You can look at this. When you step on it, you can go all the way up. You can lean a little bit, have additional support, and see what I mean? That's the really, really important stuff in there. If that's all you can have, you should always carry one of those. And notice how much height you have when you get up to do a picture with these things. So if you can't get with anything else, have at least that much. But I have one better. It really is an incredible piece of gear. Watch this. The step ladder I'm talking about is this. Why this is so great? Well, first of all, you can use it as a dolly. See what I mean? Just pack up your gear on top of here. It is fairly duty. It has wheels. So it's not like you have to carry, You can wheel it. You can use it as too. You can sit on it, relax while you are hunting. And then also you can even use it as a posing tool if you have to, just to give people a little different perspective or view. When it comes to safety, it's fairly solid. You can go up on top. And the reason why it isn't that high, you got to be able to fit it into your vehicle. Obviously, it helps if you have SUV. Okay, so that what this is important. Well, let's just first demonstrate to you how great it is to use it as a dolly. Watch this. I can take my camera gear with it, and notice, load it up as such. I have cameras, lenses, what have you. Next, I have my what? Camera gear, lights, backgrounds, tripods. As you can see here, okay, I have it in there. And all the gear in the background here would go in here as well. And then all I have to do is to make sure everything is going pretty nicely, tie it up, and guess what? I have a great dolly here and take everything in and out with me just like that. Isn't that great? That alone, it's worth having something like this. But there's a pièce de résistance. I gotta show you how I use this. It is really the best possible reason why. And here is what this is all about. What I did in here is literally drill a hole through this here piece. All you need is 3/8. You don't want to go with a 1/4 inch. Go with the 3/8. Drill. Went in there. Boom. Put the hole through. Simple hole in this. You need a little bit heavier duty stuff. Notice that other one just was too flat. You wouldn't be able to do that hole. But with something like this, it's a little bit more solid. The cost of a step ladder like this, Target or even online, it a little over between 50 and 80 bucks. You don't have to have something heavy duty as this. You can get it just regular ball head and screw it in there. The 3/8, you want to have solid. Don't go with the 1/4 inch because you want to maybe even accidentally lean on it or something. You don't want it to break off. So all I get is a bolt, put it right through here, and I got myself an unbelievably solid tripod. So after I drilled the hole, took a regular ordinary 3/8 bolt, put a little washer underneath so it wouldn't wedge when I tighten this up in here, and push it right through. I put in a 3/8 nut on it. Obviously you can tighten it up a little bit better. Now attach this to it, or a ball head. Take the camera. I have a Bogan, really solid stuff. I don't want flimsy, tiny little things in there. It's worth the extra ounce of weight because it holds solid. Nice bracket. I can switch this. I can attach other stuff in there on a Velcro, what have you. I can put this thing on a side like that, so it's always standing in there. Grab a handle like this. I can put the camera like that also, so it's nice and straight. And now, quick disconnect, connect, boom, in there. And now what I can do is just stand, because you more or less you're gonna have this someplace, with the DJ or a band on a little higher incline, and now you'll be able to go even higher to be able to go ahead and hunt with this thing. For the people who go into the natural poses wherever you happen to be, that's the beauty of this. That's why you want to have this thing. And it's so great in that respect. Let's say you want to go higher than this. Take an ordinary tripod. As you can see on this picture, you put that in there, you have it in here, set it up, and attach it with the Velcro around in here. You can further stabilize the tripod by getting the plastic covers for PVC pipes, attaching them to the ladder, and then inserting the legs, and do it with at least two of them inside. So now they won't slide out or anything. They're sitting in really nice and tight. And then take Velcro straps, the long ones, dirt cheaps on Amazon, and then wrap around the legs and the ladder itself. Again, it really makes it nice and stable. And then, of course, you can shoot from there. However, the point of having all this is not that you just put the camera and you stand there. You can hold the thing in the hand itself. The beauty of this is you can take the camera, put it on a tripod, attach it nice and firmly as shown, and use a remote. Point the camera in the action where there is lots of activity that would give you great candid shots. And then step off and remotely trigger the camera. And you can then zap the pictures that you think are great. In other words, you're away from the camera, you're still looking at the action is, and then zap, zap. Notice how many of the great shots you will be able to get. That's the beauty of this, of course. In the next video, we're going to cover a compositional aspect that it's called the rule of the eye. I'm telling you, you have not heard it the way I will give it to you. Check it out.